Hello my friends and welcome to episode 21 of Motorsport Manager with Predator Racing. Today is the season finale of season 2. It is in Vancouver. I was going to say Montreal, but that's wrong, Canadian city. Setups aren't the best. I kind of loaded in some setups. I'm not focusing too much on that now. For some reason I think the Ultra Softs are far better in this race compared to the Super Softs. Don't know why. Something tells me they are. So I think we're going to go with a much slower strategy in terms of pit stops, but one that will mean we get to the end kind of thing, so a bit faster. So I'm kind of thinking something like this, and we're going to go, hopefully we can get top 12. If we can't, fair enough. You know, as I said, setups aren't the best, but you know, hopefully we can manage it regardless. So we're going to go out, do our best. We're actually going to go high on that because we do have the fuel for it. Excuse me. And let's see if Stover can get past Tank nice and early this time, because that would be helpful. And then Tank can hold everyone up. No, in fact, Stover just falling behind. Tank didn't even put up a fight there against El Sadat. That was just brutal. He was off to a flyer. Stover is fighting well though, but unfortunately I just don't think we've got the pace at this type of track just now. In fact, as you can see, it's the super softs that are really crushing us. Stover down in 8th. Tank is holding on in 4th, so we'll go back to Tank. We'll watch him for a little bit. He's holding on better than his American teammate who's outperformed him consistently this season, in regards to, you know, just race pace. We don't have any qualifying or anything, so any of the other race pace is irrelevant. And Tang is awful at feedback, so doesn't do any sort of practice sessions. So again, that, you know, works throughout. I am going to look to change the drivers for next season. You know, I will keep Stover. I think she's done a decent job since coming in. She's shown that she can get pace out of that car. Yes, I would have actually pit if I'd realised that quicker. In fact, I think I might even go for a super stuff stint here, and save a pit stop, pit, and low. In fact, I'm going to go with both of them and stack here. I need to sneeze again. Excuse me guys, a sneezing episode just now is kind of where we're at. I just didn't spot that safety car quick enough. Very interesting order actually, the way they've sort of lined up here, just where there being such a fight before the safety car period. But overall, reasonable. We're in 11th and 17th. We are going to pit. I don't imagine the AI will. It's probably a bit early for them. We should hopefully catch up. Even if we don't, we should still be getting about a 3 pit stop. So stacking here is not the worst thing in the world. Any less, you know, is fine. 1 car left. Hopefully we can catch up. And if we do, we've got a 3 pit stop out of it now. We have switched strategy. I was planning on doing super soft, ultra soft all the way. We're now on the super soft, but for whatever reason, I felt the ultra soft from memory was much better on this track. Looking at this, the super soft is being superior, or at least competing with the ultras. So there is that. We are indeed going to catch with Baotang, so that's a pit stop in hand. Hopefully he now has fresh tyres and can go longer into this race, and maybe we can do a super soft safety car coming in at the end of this lap as well. Can we attack a bit more? We are behind the safety car. Shona, please bear that in mind now. We'll let you attack to an extent for a lap, but I do expect you not to ask to attack behind the safety car, because that is just crazy. We will actually go push and bring us back up to medium now in terms of fuel burn, and hopefully we can get to probably about laps 15 would be ideal here. I think that might be a bit of an ask, but hopefully we can. We do still have plenty of tyre, of course, because they are fresh rubber. So, you know, again, I think this is the first safety car we've had this season. I don't think we've had many more. I think maybe one. Last season we definitely benefited from safety car. This season we will find out. Sure, this is double points as well. We are going, and we are off, and not really challenging the cars at the back here. Was kind of hoping Tang would be a bit more consistent over Dembele here, but not showing it just now. El Sadat, the first of the other runners to pit. Now, he flew past us, if you remember, at the start. Had no mercy. That's someone driving off there, Alex Rogers. I believe he's El Sadat's teammate. I might be wrong. El Sadat and Rogers, same colour, so yeah, makes sense. I'm guessing they're both archers. Now, we are improving the car next season, of course. We do get a bit of a leap, and we've seen that this season the car is getting a bit more competitive, so hopefully with the improvements next season will put us into the midfield comfortably. The way it words it sometimes. I don't know if you've seen that, guys. If you didn't, scroll back and have a look at Shona Stover's message. I've been stuck behind this Predator for ages. You're in a Predator, pal. Still stuck behind Dembele here, and it's really cost us quite a bit of time. Actually, we're fighting each other. We're fighting Dembele. It's cost us so much time. It's unbelievable. I would imagine we're now going to start speeding up a bit. But we are first and second. Of course, we will need to stop before everyone else. But I'm actually fairly content with this. Right now, we are currently running at 208 miles per hour at the speed trap there, which is decent. Tang on a 9.2 rating here. It is indeed speeding up. We are showing that we were being slowed down by that ZRT. Now we've got clear track. Now I do expect some of the cars behind us to catch us, but we do have a decent gap to El Sadat, 7.2 seconds right now, although that is getting closed down pretty quickly by Schler, or Schubert. I'm not sure how you're meant to pronounce that. Let's have a look at our tyres. We've got 3 laps worth of fuel left. We do not have 3 laps worth of tyres left, so we kind of need to make sure that we can get that. They will all need to stop again, so as much as we'll come back into the midfield, they will need to stop again. Our target is to come out in front of Dembele with both cars. I think we are finding that little bit extra pace. We will actually pit one of them now, another 10 laps, then in fact it's 11 laps, so we'll need to be a bit more careful in terms of fuel management and stuff here, because it's probably a lap earlier than what I should have. I kind of wanted lap 15. Stover takes over the lead. I know that your tyres are not helping your lap times, believe me, I know that, but we're going to pit you at the end of this lap, and we'll get the full 10 laps out of you. Whether it's Sadat is going to have to go conserve early and probably low early, try and gain an extra lap's worth of fuel and tyres, and we just seen him struggle to get 10 laps out there, so that's going to be interesting. Stover does indeed relinquish the lead. Let's see how Tang does. In fact, he's came out behind Dembele. That's not good, which means Stover will come out behind Dembele as well, and I'd quite happily just say to him, allow your teammate through if she catches up here, because as much as I don't like it, she is on a strategy that's more likely to get to the end. As you can see, excess fuel, whereas he does not have excess fuel, and obviously a lap's extra worth of tyre, so I think it makes more sense to allow them through. Everyone else is going to have to stop again, we know that. I know, buddy, but you're not quite there yet. I think we're just going to have to be on this kind of strategy the whole way. Safety car, safety car, safety car again. Everyone's going to get their free pit stop back. Low and low, low and low. We're not going to pit again, because that would just be daft. Ideally, we're getting let through by the safety car. That's good. Nobody pits during this. is sort of best case scenario really here. I mean, even if they do, we should be fairly close to front of the pack. It's just whether we've got enough fuel in Tang's car. I don't think we're far off excess fuel now. To be honest, we've got 6 laps remaining. We've got 6 laps worth of fuel, so I think we're okay. We have not yet caught up with that safety car. In fact, yeah, you can see other cars coming through the pits now. Everyone has pitted. First safety car worked for us. Second safety car killed us in that regard. So where we should have been fighting top half of the field again, we're now midfield just through this second safety car. It's hurt us, unfortunately, but you know, we kind of just have to accept it. I'm not going to tell you to let your teammate through now. You can race. Actually, no, I'm miscounting fuel laps here in terms of Tang. We've got 5 laps left now. Lap 19, 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 laps worth. Still need to be saving fuel with him. We've not quite done enough. Bring it back up to medium on both the other cars. In fact, Stover, you have excess fuel, so you can push. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 6 laps I'm counting here, which doesn't seem right. It looks like 5, but I'm counting 6. We are now on excess fuel, so we can actually go into medium fuel burn. So my mass is all over the place. Excuse me, guys. Tang has done enough fuel saving to get him to the end. In fact, Stover is all over the back of him now. I can't now tell him to allow a teammate through though, because he would let everyone else through. But Stover has done it herself. Up into 15th. We kind of got sandwiched by everyone there, unfortunately, and that's not ideal. As I said, second safety car just hurt us slightly too much. Too much bit of damage in terms of our race strategy, which we'd readjusted well, you know, but unfortunately not to be today. 3 laps to go as we cross the line there, or 3 complete laps to go. Tang fighting, but unfortunately we're fighting with drivers that we really should be, or cars that we really should be beating now. Where has Dembele came out in all of this? 13th. Tang has been passed by Chu. We need these upgrades next season to be really good, to be honest, because this season we've been too close to the back too often, and it has not worked. Still not convinced you've got excess fuel here, buddy. Really not. See what fuel's like at the end of this lap, and then we will make a decision on what we're doing. Yeah, it's okay. We can go high there. Keep on high here. In fact, we can go push and push. I think they obviously had fresher tyres with that pit stop, and it was just such bad timing that it was probably coming into a natural pit stop window anyway, which is a shame, but it's okay. That's us finished 16th and 18th today. Another difficult result overall to take. Radio. So that really ends this season. We're obviously going to, cover the new car build and stuff like I did last year. I don't think I'm going to change the livery, so I will leave that this episode, and then if I change my mind, I will come back next episode and do that. 6 places for breaking the rules, and 2 places after breaking the rule. That must have been a bigger rule break then. Shona Stover did indeed get 19th, which she asked for, and I told her I couldn't promise, which is pretty crazy. 78 points, which is about similar to where we finished last year. Of course, we had an extra race this year, but drastically further behind every other team. ZRT definitely overachieved this year when you look at their car. But I'll jump ahead, guys, to the car design. Now there's nothing else going on with the car. We've got performance maxed out for everything. We've got reliability maxed out as well. So I am going to jump ahead. We've got 4 million in the kitty, 4.6 million. Now we will. I'll actually accept the money before we jump ahead, so you guys know I'm not doing anything crazy. Eastwood Motorsport, the team that won the championship this year. I never look at the top one at the bottom, so it's fairly interesting. We will do this interview. Please give me something. Okay, that's fine. Pit crew, we do want to put our best ones back in, so you are good at tyres, so we'll swap you there. Your front jack, so you can go into there. You're decent at this, so you can go in there. Yep, happy with that. And then if it lets people go, it should be these people, and these people should be fine. Andy Waller still there, of course. Right, so we should get money next click. Prize money, indeed. Scouting report finished. We'll just have a quick look at that. We're not going to get her, I can assure you that. Received prize money, it'll be about £10 million, so that leaves us with 15 million to spend. Kruger getting manager of the season and driver of the season. I thought they said Eastwood got promoted. No, it was Kruger. Sorry, I do apologise. Eastwood won the drivers, Kruger won the constructors. So see if they take that promotion again. That should be now as well. Simultaneous pit stops and remove points for driver in pole position. I abstained both of them. So we do have 4, I think. Kruger Motorsport have been promoted, while Firebird will drop down. So Firebird got promoted last season, if I remember correctly. Coming straight back down. So calendar wise, this is what I'm trying to click on. Pre-season starts pretty soon. Car design will be that then, actually. So guys, do we build? We're going to build the design centre, we know that. Let's get the design centre sorted. We've got 7 million left. Now, finances, we're going to have about 11 times that. So, 7.2 million maybe coming in. Confirm and continue. I think that, yeah. What's away for the car? Next year's car, 6.9 million. So, yeah, 6.9 million coming in. 7 million here. How much is that brake centre? 8 million. Oh, it's a bit much. It's probably just a bit much. I think it's too much of a risk just now. We'll have a look, we'll build the car, and then if we've got money left over, we can go for that. If not, we can, put more money into the car kind of thing. So skip ahead to the car design, and we'll see there in a second. Here it is, next year's car ready to design. Now I have made an offer for we've got a sponsor, it's one offer, so unless that's a lot of money up front, we're not accepting it just now. But we have made an offer for the driver. I'm not going to go into details with that. That would be a number 1 driver just now. Once we've got that, we'll then look for the reserve driver. So we're going to cover all that soon. But we do have next year's car design. So let's collect the 6.9 million. And fuel efficiency. Sure, I went with this last year because it saved a lot of money. You see here 5 million there for the Renault, 4.2 million for the Ferrari. I don't think it's worth it. Fuel supplier again. I think just going very weak option might be the best option here. Tyre wear is what I'd be looking for here, if anything. I think as long as we can keep it about a star on everything, which we do, like that, 3.2 million, that leaves us 14 million. That's a lot cheaper. I think we could maybe go for that actually. Is that a big difference? It's a spec. Let's go with that. I don't think this is bad enough compared to last season's car to justify improvability though. This is 6.4 million, so it's the same price as last season's car in reality. View last season's supplier. So we're engine supplier very weak. That was Shimizu. So this would be an upgrade. We're fuel supplier weak, which we're very weak this time. And then we're weak, very weak. So that was very weak. That was that. That was that. And that was that last season. That actually cost more money. I think we go like this season and take that big improvability, because realistically that's what we need, isn't it? 6.4 million, that's fine. I mean, that's an extra 800,000. Make a big difference. It's at +5 to the +3 for the base stat modifier. Don't know how big a difference that actually makes. I mean, it's +2 obviously, but how big a difference is +2? I think we're just going to go with this 6.4 million, similar sort of price to last year, but we've got good improvability, so that's where we're going to go, I think. That leaves us with 8.2 million in the bank. I am really tempted to buy that brake R&D facility. I'm going to have a think, guys. Obviously, we're making some other adjustments that will cost us money, so maybe we leave that until early next season. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you would do. I'm going to skip ahead to the end of the year, where I will cover any driver and staff changes. We're slightly later back than promised. We're into January, but we've got this, and this is where it's good to have some money behind. Tyre wear +1. So I assume this is a full star, and at 2.5 million, we're going for that. So let's find out, is that a full star? Tyre wear +1, full star. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. If we can get a fuel efficiency on that, that'd be great as well. But you know, that's really going to work for us next season. I think that is worth 2.5 million. We are still approaching drivers, which is where the delays came in. Unfortunately, the initial driver that I spoke to wasn't interested, or wanted crazy money. So I'm kind of going through other drivers on my favourites list, and failing that, we'll go down to like this sort of area and see if we can find anyone down here who is worth bringing in, because I do want a number 1 driver. Max Schmidt, I keep thinking for some reason is he's not, but I keep thinking he's some Nico Hülkenberg. But we'll bring you back in a second. I just wanted to show you guys that, so you know that I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. Do you think Danny Ricciardo would come down here? Here we are. We've got a new driver incoming. It is, as you can see, we're retracting the offer on Enrique Lara. We're bringing in Ellie Marsh instead. She is a 19-year-old British driver. 19 feedback, 17 consistency, 16 overtaking. A really good driver. 77% marketability, but some of that is from London tryouts, so she will actually drop to 67%. But we're going to replace Baotang. She will be our number 1 driver. She is increasing our wages considerably, while also increasing, reducing our incoming, because we're no longer going to get Baotang's pay driver status. But I think it's just such a better option. So she comes in for Baotang. It's going to cost us, about 700,000 here. But it is going to increase our cost per race and whatnot. But that's fine. It's a big improvement, and hopefully Ellie Marsh can come in and be the number 1 driver that we need. That is going to end this episode here, guys. I'm not going to go for a reserve driver. This is not a reserve driver that appeals to me. Katie Linares has done a decent job over the past couple of years. We've obviously just made a big feedback improvement of 19 on Ellie Marsh, so she's not going to get dropped. Feedback of 10 would have to be there, and probably pay driver status would have to be there really for me to sack Caitlin Erez to get the, better stuff for next season. But I'm going to leave this episode here, guys. I will hopefully catch you all next season for the first Grand Prix race, which will be Black Sea, although I'll do the testing in that episode as well, and then we can decide if we're changing the livery or not. You guys let me know what you would do in that situation. I think I'm not going to, but you guys let me know what you think in that regard. I think the livery that we had this year was quite nice, and I don't think I'm going to change it too much. So we've brought in, as I say, Ellie Marsh. She is very good. I think other than smoothness could be a bit of an issue, but everything else is pretty good, fairly consistent, very consistent, very good at feedback, very good at overtaking. Hopefully we can get, go. I wonder if this still works. No, it doesn't. I keep meaning to have a look at that and see if it still works. It does not work anymore. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hopefully catch you all next time.